environment in your home. And these people, you find most of them also create a lot of chaos to the employers. Reason being is they're not professional. And we felt the need to regulate this industry by basically taking them through mentorship, transforming their lives, teaching them about ethics, and adding the value of professionalism and issuing them with certificates in home care, where they're trained in housekeeping, they're trained in laundry, they're given proper driving license, where some of them get into Uber business, they get into Uber driving basically, and some of them we give them at that point we give them the cars, and for the gardeners they're taken through the whole training and they're placed into a home where they're able to work. Nannies the same, they're taken through housekeeping, childcare, first aid. We take them through housekeeping, laundry, we take them through home nursing for those who want to retire in those homes, and you find now the employers are becoming elderly and they need home nursing services in their home. So being a domestic manager, for us, we feel you need to be able to handle all that. I mean, when you have the right match for a home, why should you leave? You know, take them through up to old age, because it's not easy to find people who are compatible and become part of your family in this era. We started 3 years ago during COVID. It's a funny story. It started with my house girl. I had a nanny. I never had a domestic manager issue. I raised my children with very good nannies who stayed with me for so long. And in my mind, all I always thought is when women are complaining about bad nanny, good nanny, and they're talking about it, I'm like, you guys are the problem, you know? And I never really quite understood that actually there were some people who were bad. I just felt employers are mean. Because these people really, what else do they need? They just need a job. You just need to basically mentor them and empower them. But apparently, kumbe, everybody's expectation is different. Yeah? By the time you're hiring somebody, you have a different expectation of the person. So at that point, 3 years ago, my domestic manager then, she basically was helping most of my friends to get domestic managers into their homes, nannies, because of the referral. The kind of, lawyers have this network. So she basically used to link them up, and she's paid something small. At times she's not even paid. So that used to annoy me. And when COVID came and I could not actually afford to be giving her the yearly salary increment, what I ended up thinking was, because we are here, we're bored, we keep talking and we're a lot, and her complaints with the way some girls, they don't want to basically focus on work. They want to get cheated and want to go get married and all that. And when they get married, apparently it's still the wrong guy insists you have to give birth. What happens to the cycle of this person? She cannot even afford a nanny so that she can go to work. This person is reduced now to being a housewife. A housewife in a one-bedroom house where there's no future. So we were really concerned about this state of affair, and we were like, me being a solution-oriented, I was like, but why can't they then be? I think it's just the know-how to know what life really is and mentorship that they require. And what I started to do now, I was like, why can't you do this? Bring them over. I'll be taking them through that, the mentorship. And once I take them through that, I will add some skill to them. We add some value to them. And I'll show you how you're going to charge people when they ask for a girl next time. And these are my friends, actually. So it started like that. So I was like, how much would you want to be paid? I asked her, what is her value? And she was clear. She told me 2,000 shillings. I said, okay. Then I'm like, me, after I've added value, I'm not giving out any of these girls for less than 10,000 shillings. And none of them should be paid less than 10,000 shillings. Okay. So we agreed. And she laughed at me and she told me, that's too expensive. Nobody's going to. I said, wait and see. So she's the one who was handling the practical trainings because I didn't have a problem. She's up to my level of, but on the mentorship and the life skills and the scripture bit, I started now taking them through mentorship on that area. And my focus has been on attitude, how to maintain a positive attitude, how to basically be able to present yourself, be able to communicate professionally, being able to just handle people with respect, being able to, how you behave in a home, conduct yourself and all that. And yeah, it was amazing. It's been 2 years, let me say till December when she left me. And we did it for us that time. So that time I was able during COVID to get that income, the extra, and she was getting her bit of what she wanted, which now she was a woman in my house. And we did it. Me being a businesswoman anyway from 10 years ago, it was quite interesting during COVID, and we were busy with her. in the house. We never quite had a sad moment. We're always trying to sort out solutions and getting client orders. And they came. We were not even marketing, it was just through the referrals and our friends. Well, with that success rate, we were just doing it that way and we didn't think much further. With a little income she was earning from me, she managed to plan herself. She could save, she could be able to still buy property, and plan herself. She was very organized and content, for that matter. And at that point, she told me, now I need to go and look for a better. For sure, I could not scale up her salary to 30,000 because she had to now jump and go to Saudi. I had to release her with tears. And yeah, that was the time she left. It was in October. Sadly, in November, my dad was actually battling cancer, and it was a bad time. Imagine your plug handling your things in the home goes away, and here you're still having a sick father in hospital. It took me actually 3 months later, till January, to actually even start interviews. She even gave me somebody to come in immediately. I said, I was not ready to have somebody else come into my house. By January, that's when I was like, okay, the kids are back to school now. Let me do what I have to do. And I got somebody to come in. When I got somebody to come in, that's when I realized what women go through. And I'm like, I don't even have a young baby. But how can somebody tell you, I'm going, I have this to do, I'll be back. Then the person disappears and doesn't come. And that day you're like, why are you not here? And a person tells you, my daughter still is sick, so now I've decided I'm going to stay. You're like, really? For sure you had other motives. By the time you're leaving, it's either you've gone for a higher salary or something. At that point, that's when actually it hit me. Oh, so this is what women will talk about. And boom, that is when I realized, okay, but I said anyway, me, I don't need a house girl at this point. I'll manage with my kids. I'll only take a day bag in. Preteens are also funny. If they're not gelling with you, I'm sorry, you'll not have peace in their home. Because my daughter didn't quite like anybody was coming, still wanted Auntie Erin to come back. My daughter gave that first 1.5 time. When I told her a day bag will do, she said, Bam, we don't even need a day bag. I said, okay, a day bag will not, yes, if she's not sleeping in our house, it's fine. So how she was feeling, I don't need an intruder in our house anymore. The only person is family. And now that is the point it hit me. The kids feel like a girl who's not fitting in their home as an auntie or a nanny is an intruder. And is a stranger, they can't even come next to the person. Because as parents, we keep saying, don't talk to strangers. And I started thinking, how then do women cope? And that is when then also the solution started and the idea started running into my head. And I was like, okay, my fear was big. And I was like, Auntie Erin is not here anymore to give me people through referrals. How am I going to do? And when I started praying about it, God actually told me, Cleo, open your door to everybody. The business is not mine, yours. This business is mine. Okay? Seek me first. And I said, okay. Around March, that's when I started accepting the orders again. But this time now, I took it as a business. Went and registered the company, the school, and we started it now, doing it professionally. And I got a syllabus, which now I'm following, okay? I managed to get now coaches to assist me with the training. Remember now, Auntie Erin has gone and she was the cook and the hypel with the housekeeping coach. So I had to get someone to start employing now people to help me with that. And it went on well. But now what changed is before I was basically giving you the girl, okay, the domestic manager, and you basically go and sort yourselves. This time, I decided I'm going to employ them. I'm going to keep them and continue with mentorship because learning doesn't stop. I believe in continuous learning and you become rusty. These are people, even if you do and you don't continue basically mentorship and the transformation and showing them the love, because for me, it's just spreading the love. And it has worked. And that's how nowadays we are basically retaining them as our employees after training and we place them to our clients.
My name is Samtinga Victorias, head chef here at Badal Workers Agency. I do trainings for these ladies who work as domestic workers. Kwa hii nob yetu kama vile tunaona instructions zetu, tuko na mix, tuko na delicate, tuko na rinse and spin, tuko na drain, tuko na drum clean, tuko na synthetic, tuko na cotton. So hizi instructions zote ukiweka knob yako in one state kama ni mix, inamaanisha unaosha nguo zenye ziko kwa ujumla. So this is what we call an instant pot. Now when using an instant pot, you can use it to cook various foods actually.
TV47, the home of untold stories.
Wakati mwingine kama weekend, mimi najiachilia.
Hata ukumbuki hii story.
Nikifika watu wangu wote wakinipokea na kupokeleka.
Umeset the mood.
Nimeset the mood, naweza kupokeleka.
Nikitumai kwamba mzima popote pale ulipo, nikikukaribisha katika kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi. Jina langu Elizabeth Mutuku, na katika kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi tunakupa nafasi kutangamana nao kila siku ya Alhamisi kuanzia saa 1:30 kuendelea siku nyingine. Tutapatana papa hapa umjue kiongozi mwingine.
Jiunge nasi toka hapa hadi ufuoni mwa bahari. Meli yetu itakapotua nanga kwa uhondo ribo ya riwaya hii Mwisho wa Kosa. Monica.
It's early morning in Maralal. Start your morning informed, educated, entertained, and above all, know your country. From the beautiful plains of Samburu County to the skyscrapers of Nairobi, Morning Cafe certainly got you covered. Indeed, a beautiful place to watch and certainly a moment of understanding and knowing your country. Indeed, to the remotest parts of every county.
Join me, Linda Alela, every weekday from 6 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
I have a master's degree from USIU. Went to school, did my CPA from Strathmore and KCA. And yeah, basically I am a financial consultant and business advisor. Over 20 years experience in that. I still run my accountancy firm, okay, and consultancy company. I've worked with so many companies in the hospitality sector. My passion actually, when I look back right now, had been in home care. I did not like the corporate environment. After climbing so fast and getting to a management position, I was like, I'm not feeling this vibe. Okay, and I realized I'm a people's person. Finance was boring. As much as it's something I can do, we look at the passion someone has in terms of what she wants to achieve. We target the single mothers, definitely, from 4 leavers. We try to focus on people who can speak also English because of our clientele. And also, Pia, we look at the people who are under school dropouts, cannot speak English, but we're taking them through now learning how to speak English. Because the market today, children, must have a nanny who can speak English. We basically don't really charge them. What we do is the placement fee, which we cover with plus training. We train them for free because they cannot even afford. And then after with the training, we recover from their salaries once they get jobs. It takes 3 weeks, but we staggered it for a year because for me, I believe in internship. And by internship is when we place you to work. So by the end of the year, that's when you're able to graduate and we see actually you've actually put into. Because for me, I feel home care is more of a practical job. It's not about what you're learning in school. You may not apply. If you go through the theory, the practicals, and if you're not going to actually practice it, then you're not a good nanny. We have a performance review, which we get from our clients after someone reports. The performance review basically guides us and shows us where gaps are on that person. We have continuous training. Like I told you, we take a year with you. Once you've been placed to a home, we still recall you every month for the continuous advanced classes. During this time, we're able to now tailor-make you to fit perfectly into that home. As long as your attitude and something very important, the match is right. Because for us, I think what I've come to realize is the match. If the match is not right, damu ijapatana, you can't force it. You can't force it. Even as much as you're an excellent worker and you've done it for years, one family can actually not feel you and you feel like you're not good enough, but you are good enough. It's just that amkupatana damu. What makes my business stand out, I would say, is a mentorship and transformation. We have the social impact. For me, I don't think it's a business. For me, this is a calling. Okay? It carries my name. This is a Badalu family. And we take it with a lot of love. We do it with a lot of love. And for us, it's to change lives. As I see one that's transformed, as I see you, this girl had came in like this and she's happier. She's able to pay her bills for her daughter or a child. She's able to do ABCD. She's able to save. The ones who are older, who've been frustrated with home care workers, domestic managers, been telling them and advising them now the kind of business, because we get to know your dreams. And I say your dreams are valid. You have to keep dreaming. And when you stop dreaming, you're dead. And for these people, most of them, their frustration is they feel they have no hope for tomorrow. They lack information. They lack direction. And that is what we're giving them, the hope to find and see if it's business. Actually, when I look back, if it's business for the older ones, they are over 40, then we are helping them to start small businesses, get into mitumba, getting them into the ones who can drive, to graduate into driving now. We give them the Uber vehicles, getting the ones who are in, they want to do salons, partnering with salons that are able to put in them for practice, to train and to learn on the job. And such partnerships are the ones who've kept us going, basically. We've had client returns and we manage them professionally. Like we say, we are a professional organization and we are actually regulating, bringing regulations, integrity and accountability for these home care workers. With the performance review, you find a worker we're able to know clearly where she went wrong, okay? What didn't make that family happy. And most of the time you'll see, it is really not anything but damu kutopatana. So slightly you'll find, because when somebody really you're the right fit, what happens? She's able to give you room to basically continue with the learning, because the learning doesn't stop. But you find now at that point, we just get somebody else to come in. And then the person goes to the client and you find, boom, they are settled. The one who we had to remove from that client, you take her to another client, they fit. And there's no complaint. So for me, it's the matchmaking, which I say, well, this is what you call the God's calling. Some things you can't do from a human angle. We've not gone international yet, though orders are there. The Nigerian market is blowing our phones up. The European market, they're already calling, but we're not yet getting there. We've not even actually really satisfied Kenyan market and East Africa. We plan to roll out, yes, in the near future, get into Africa, because the need is there. We've had South Africans calling. And at the end of the day, for us, we are looking at, yes, we will get there, but for now, let's just go first, the Kenyan market. We are looking at our clientele, which are middle class going up, foreigners. Yeah. Challenges are just the discipline element. In terms of, also another challenge we have is financial, which is the biggest challenge every business goes through. We want to put up the home care school. We'd want to put up accommodation for the people in reserve. We are not able to meet the numbers that are calling to come and participate in our school. So what are we planning to do? In the future, we want to put in hostels. We want to put a proper school whereby we are able to serve 1,000 students at least in a month, so that we can actually open up to go international and start placing people. I balance my work and personal life very well. My day starts at 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm off. By 3 a.m. starts with my devotion and my spiritual connection with my God. I get into my mind where I'm able to do my book club. I have 2 book clubs, one spiritual with my mentoring mother, and another one with my mastermind group of ladies who we go through books and we're able to speak. These are now more business books, because I'm a businesswoman, to help us now grow and discuss even where we want to go in terms of our vision. So we meet every once a week, same with so that's my time to catch up with the book that we are reading for that season. So at any one time, I'm doing 2 books. And then I get my children ready in the morning. They're off to school. I hit the road. I'm a part of TJ running club where I run and walk at times. I'm not quite a runner, but at least I walk. That's my time now. I do at 6 a.m. Go for my walk, come back, get ready for my office, sort out my money issues, where I'm able to plan my day and know, any business, you have to know how suppliers are getting sorted and how bills are gonna get paid. So once I do that, plan my day, start my meetings, and by 4, I'm done. Work, meetings, class, what I have to do, and at 4, back I resume to waiting for my children, catch up with my family and friends. Yeah, and the fun bit. I love having a good time with family and friends. The highlights in my business, I'd say, is the joy in our clients. Okay? The joy in our workers fitting into our home, and they are happy with the children. They have been embraced well. That is one of them. Secondly is us being able to basically have operated in 3 years, and the feedback with a 95% rate of success. I'm really happy with that. And I think for me, this is my passion. I never get tired, even if there's a hiccup, especially when you're dealing with challenges about the workers, because we have to get into counseling at times because of their broken situations and take them through counseling and all that. Yeah, I think despite the financial issues where you have to find money to do ABCD, that sometimes it's not there, for me, I think it's very fulfilling. And that is what matters. They can contact with the number that is showing there. We have our page on social media, which they can also reach out. And all they simply need to do is just have a national ID and come with a chief's letter to tell us where they're coming from. At Badalu, basically, we transforming lives. We are providing mentorship for unskilled workers and professionalizing and regulating the industry in terms of integrity and accountability is the biggest thing, not just in the unskilled workforce, but also in the professional field for graduates and all. Okay, so we believe if integrity is going to be sustained in people, then someone can become